So, guys who've just joined us, what I suggested this morning, if it is raining where you are, then it might be nice just to open a window slightly so you can have the noise of outside inside. Just so it's kind of nice sometimes to focus on when you're doing yoga, the noises you could hear around you. It's very good at putting you in the present. And appreciating nature and things that happen outside, which is our natural habitat. Our natural habitat is out there, not in here in like big concrete boxy things. So it's always really good. It will make you feel better. Your crocodile brain, prehistoric brain, loves outside and loves listening to rain. So you might find it relaxing. Just open a window. So unless it's a bit cold, but I promise you it will feel lovely, and eventually you will get an association with rain and relaxing, which is quite nice to have. So this morning we're going to start with a little bit of breathing. So I'm not going to shift all the way back to the mat straight away. So if you can find a comfortable seated position with your legs crossed, we're going to reverse the crossing of the legs, so do opposite to what you would normally do. Because naturally we favor one side of our body and one hemisphere of our brain. So what it's nice to do sometimes is try and even it up. And there's a couple of ways that you can do this. One is by reversing the crossing of your legs. Another way that you can do it in your normal day-to-day is if you brush your teeth with your right hand. Next time you brush your teeth, just do it with your left. Pick little things and do the opposite. I know it sounds really weird, but it's really, really good for your brain and your coordination, just swapping little things. So there's another way that you can do it as well in yoga. We do it with breathing. And as well, when you breathe, your brain favors one nostril over the other. Yeah. So you can also even up both sides of your brain by doing a little bit of breath work. So we're going to do that breath work exercise this morning just to come into ourselves, bring the focus into the next half an hour, forget about everything you've done up to this point, forget about everything you've got coming afterwards, because it'll still be there waiting for you. Put it out of your mind. So we're just going to focus on the breath, okay? So make sure that you've got your sit bones firmly connected to the floor. You might want to move your muscles out of the way. So we're going to take one hand. You can use your right hand for this, it's fine. And we're going to do this, okay? So this position first of all. And we're going to place the two fingers on your forehead, and your thumb is going to close your nostril, okay? So we're going to take 10 breaths in through the nose and out through the same nostril. Go in your timing. Find the rhythm. Breathing out. So you're just using your thumb to hold the right hand nostril closed. Focus on the breath. When you've done 10, you're going to swap to the other side. So you're just going to release the thumb, take it to the other side, close the other nostril, do 10 the other side. Really nice little exercise you can do as well in the shower. It's quite good. Or just if you are someone who suffers with anxiety as well, just taking a minute out to do this exercise can really help calm you down. You've got to focus on the breath, focus on what's going on outside, focus on what you can hear. And also has the added benefit of activating both sides of your brain. Ooh. And when you've done 10 on that side, we're just going to release our hands slowly down into your lap, cup your left hand in your right hand. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to mute you now. We're going to take it to the physical practice. You should be nice and focused, should be nice and calm, should have slowed everything down. I'm going to mute you all now, and I will see you in about 25 minutes, guys. Okay, so taking that calmness forward with your practice. So I'm just going to move back to my mat. You should all be in a comfortable seated position already. So again, moving with that breath, we're just going to find a slow rotation round. Take it round. In time with your breath again. If you did open a window, listen to what's going on outside, slowly waking up the spine. Breathing in as you come round, breathing out. As you go round, press your spine to the back wall. As you come round the front, press your chest to the front. Really press the chest out over the hips. And on the reverse, really press the spine towards the back wall. Then just reverse the circular motion. So go round the other way, work with your breath, find the natural rhythm. Finding the natural rhythm as well can really help you with other exercises, especially where breathing is quite important. And the more you can harness working with the breath, the easier the rest of your workouts are. And when you're ready, we're just going to come back to a comfortable seated position. I'd like you to stretch both legs out in front. Again, you might need to release the muscles. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, bring our arms all the way up, palms facing together, pull up out of the spine. Before you breathe out, take it all the way over into a forward fold. So this is the first forward fold of the morning. You might not be able to get as far down as you can normally get. That's absolutely fine. Hold it here, drop the head, tuck the chin in towards the chest, and just use the weight of the head to stretch out the back of the legs. Nice deep breaths in here. In through the nose and out through the nose. We're going to take a nice deep breath in to come up. We're going to take our hands all the way up again. We're going to drop it out over the feet again. So pull up before you breathe out and lower down over the legs. So what you're looking for is a little bit further in the reach. This time you might get down to the toes or a bit further down the legs. And we're going to relax there. So again, use the weight of the head, tuck the chin into the chest, just drop the head down, relax. I always think it's funny how relaxing more in your upper body makes more tension in your lower body. So by relaxing the head, you're actually making more of a stretch in the legs. On the next in-breath, we're going to come up. And I'd like you to take your left foot in, just above the knee. Again, you might need to move the muscles and just relax the knee out to the side. Again, we're going to take a nice deep breath in to come up. Pull up out to the pelvis, straighten the spine. We're going to drop over that front leg. So again, you might get further again. This time you might be able to hold on to the foot. If you can, just take a little grip around your foot there. Relax it down over the knee. Getting your chest as close to the knee as you can. On and out breath, if you can take the stretch further, take it down a little bit further. On the next in-breath, we're going to come up. I'd like you to pick up this left knee. We're going to take hold of the foot. We're going to take it to the opposite side of the leg. We're going to take a twist all the way around. So your left arm is going to go round to the back. Just follow that gaze all the way around to the back of the room. What I'd like you to try and focus on as well is your left hip, if you can, should be firmly planted in the floor. This might mean you can't twist as far round. That's absolutely fine. Just apply a little bit of light pressure on that front knee. Take it round, spinal twist. Breathing in. On the out breath, maybe you want to imagine sending some breath down to that hip joint. And on an out breath, release the twist and release that left leg down to the floor. We're going to do the same on the right hand side. So we're just going to bring that leg up to the inside of the thigh, just above the knee. Drop the knee out to the side. We're going to take a deep breath in to come up. And on the out breath, we're going to pull up and fold down over that left leg. Really stretching out the legs this morning. Because we also did a lot of standing sequencing last night as well. It was quite leggy. So I thought we'd go with the stretches this morning. Just relax the head. The more you relax the head, normally the bigger the stretch in the leg. On an out breath, see if you can take that stretch head down further towards the knee. Breathing in to come up. We're going to go for the twist. So just place the leg on the opposite side of that left leg and take the twist round. So your right hand is going to face the back wall. Take your twist all the way through the spine. Follow the head round to the back wall. If you can, make sure your right hip is still grounded in the floor. So that might mean you can't take the twist as far, and just apply a light bit of pressure on the outside of your knee. Take the twist round. Listen to the rain if you've got some rain going. And breathing out, release the twist. Okay, we're going to come to a tabletop position. And we're going to do a table balance. So you're looking for a nice neutral spine, 90 degrees in your hips, 90 degrees in your armpit here. Make sure you've got a nice even weight distribution down through the hands. Make sure your hands are not gripping on. Lift your middle fingers off, make sure. And we're going to do alternate leg and arm. So I'd just like you to extend your right leg out behind you first of all. And you're going to take your left arm out in a balance. So what you will need to do here is even up the weight distribution in your left knee and your right arm. Hold it here. Really engage the core. Flex the back foot. Really focus on the balance. And then we're going to replace our knee and our hand. We're going to go to the other side. So just take a minute in tabletop to even up the weight distribution. You know where you're going now. We're going to take our left foot off the floor. Left knee comes up first. Find the balance there first before you release the arm. So right arm comes up. If you don't want to take your arm off the floor, you can stay here. You can stay with just the leg. So what you'll need to do here is really engage your core. Press down through the palm of the hand that's rooted on the floor. Flex the back foot that's in the air. Hold it here. Concentrate on maintaining your balance. And release it down to the floor. We're going to do one more each side. So coming through tabletop, we're going to take the right leg up again. Take the right leg first, find the balance, then release the left arm. Just make sure that you're not dipping down and twisting in the side that is off the floor. So you need your chest parallel with the floor. Flex that back foot. Nice deep breaths. Replace the leg, replace the arm. We're going to go to the other side, coming through tabletop. Release the leg first, left leg first. Then when you can, join in the arm. If you don't want to join in the arm, just stay with the balance on the leg. Press the top of the foot down into the floor. Press the palm into the floor. Just release your middle finger on that hand that's on the ground. Make sure you're not clinging on for dear life. And then replace the leg. So we're going to do our knee repeaters here this morning that we normally do in down dog. So stay in tabletop. We're going to take our right knee up to the chest. When we do, we're going to arch our back. So you're going to go to a cat. Knee, 1. Take it all the way out to the back. Extend the leg. 2, bring it into the chest. Arch the back into cat. Stretch it back out towards the back. Wall flex the foot. We're going to take another one. 3. Bring it all the way through into your lunge. So you might need to readjust the arms. That's absolutely fine. Look at your position of your knees. You're looking for a straight line in your knee going down. Straight line knee to ankle. This is the position you need in any sort of lunge. Otherwise, you'll have bad knees. Your knees should be in parallel position as if they're on tram lines. Otherwise, you'll fall over when we do this next bit. We're going to take it up. So reach all the way forward, palms facing each other, engage the core to come up. We're going to take a very small back bend here. Lift the gaze towards the ceiling. Press the shoulder blades down towards the floor. Hold it here. Nice deep breaths. Just have a little check of your knee. You might need to wiggle your feet forward. Make sure you've got a straight line there. Taking your left arm down towards the floor. We're going to take a twist here. You might not be able to get it to the floor. You might need to go as if you're holding a little cupcake here. But if you can, take it down to the floor. Twist round. Take the gaze all the way up to the middle finger on that right hand. Hold it here. We're going to replace that right hand down between the feet. And I'd like you to heel toe your foot, right foot, out to the corner of the mat. If it's available to you, we're going to walk the hands down, press your chest to the floor as far as you can. You might be staying here with me, but if you can, walk it forward a little bit. Maybe you can get to forearms. Maybe you're staying here. Take it to wherever your edge is. Walk it down. Feel the stretch in the legs. Breathe in. Breathing out. Nice deep breaths. Walk the hands back in. Chest is coming up. Walk the leg back in so you're back to your lunge. Awesome work, guys. Bit of a stretch this morning, eh? Okay. And when you're ready, we're just going to replace that knee back to your tabletop position. So we're going to take a couple of cat-cows here before we do the other side. So we're going to arch the back all the way up to the ceiling, tuck the tailbone in. And then chest coming up, breathing out. Take some breaths here. Move with your breath, cat-cow. Tuck the tailbone in, breathing out. Press the spine up to the ceiling. Breathing in. Really shine the heart forward, arch the back. Coming back to neutral. Okay, you've got your knee repeater here again. So We're going to take our knee to chest. We're going to arch the back as it comes in. 1, extend it out to the back, flex the foot. 2, arch the back, knee to chest. On the third one, we're going to bring it through to lunge. So you might need to readjust your hands, readjust your feet. That's absolutely fine. Okay. So in your lunge, we're just going to take a check on your position. Remember, your knees are both facing forward as if they're on tram lines. And you're looking for a nice straight line in your knee. Then we're going to bring it up. Arms come all the way up. Feel the power in the pose. Use your core. We're going to take a little back bend at the top. Palms are facing each other. Slide the shoulder blades back down your back. Breathing in. In through the nose and out through the nose. We're going into the twist. We're going to release the right hand down. Your left arm is going to stay in the air. And you're going to follow your gaze all the way around to the fingertips on the left hand. You might be able to get your hand flat on the floor. It might be here, as if you're holding a little cupcake. Really shine the heart up towards the ceiling. Make sure you're not collapsing. And then we're going to release the left arm down to the floor. Same as we did before. We're going to heel toe our left foot out towards the edge of the mat. And if it's available to you, we're just going to lower down. Maybe you can get to your forearms. Maybe you can't. Maybe you're still staying here with me. Get as low as you can, chest as low as you can to the floor. On an out breath, you might be feeling ambitious this morning. You might want to take it a bit further. You might have like super relaxed hip flexors. I clearly haven't. You might have. This is the good thing about yoga, is it's all about you finding your edge. Everyone's different. When you're ready, we're going to walk it back up. Heel toe that foot back in, replace the arm to the outside of the mat. Then we're going to take our knee back through tabletop. Take a couple of breaths here in tabletop. We're going to take a couple of cat-cows again. So breathing in, head and heart shines up. Breathing out, press the top of the feet down into the floor. Breathing in, head comes up, really arch the back. Press the hip bones away. One more, press the spine up to the ceiling, tuck that tailbone under. Walk your hands in. We're just going to do a wrist stretch here as well. Super helpful if you do weights classes like mountain climbers and things like that. Just sit back on your feet, easy position. We're going to take our hands out in front, and I'd like you to take your hands down to the floor with your fingers facing the opposite way. And we're just going to rock back and forth here very gently, opening up the wrists. If you have any issues with wrists, doing boot camps, things like that, shred classes, this is a really good way of opening up the wrists, finding some strength there. Just rock back and forth. And then slowly we're going to come up. We're going to go into a camel pose, which I think most of you have done before. So this is a back bend. So I'd like you to uncurl your feet. So we're getting a bit of height in the hips. Nice neutral spine, a little pelvic tilt under. Okay, so just tilt it under. Your knees are hip distance apart. We're going to very slowly take our right hand back. Rest it on the right ankle. Bring your left arm all the way up to the sky. Relax the head if you can. Keep your gaze on that middle finger on the left hand. Hold it here. Nice deep breaths in. Try and relax. Then we're going to swap sides. So breathing in, coming up. Both arms up to the sky, pull out of the hips. We're going to go the other way. So your left arm is going to go down to the left ankle. Your gaze should be on your right hand, which is still in the sky, up towards the middle finger. Feel the strength in the pose. Feel the earth supporting you. Press down through the feet. We're going to do the same on the other side again. Okay, hold it here. Relax into the pose. Relax the head back if you can. We're going to breathe in to come up. Bring both arms up at the top, palms facing each other. We're going to lower the right hand all the way down, back to the heel. Lean back into it, back bend. Gaze is on that middle finger. Ground down through the feet. Looking really good, everyone. Well done. We're going to swap it over. So coming up slowly. Hands up together, palms facing each other. We're going to drop it down to the other side, left hand side. Rest that left hand on that right ankle. Pull up out of the hips. Breathing in to come up. And on the out breath, bring the hands down. Okay. Cross your legs over at the back. We're going to come down through your comfortable seated position. Take your legs out in front. We're going to stop here for a couple of rounds of boat pose. We did this. We have done this week, might be last week. So pulling up out through the spine. I'd like you to find the balance on the sit bones, okay? So we're going to take our feet off the floor. You can rest your hands underneath your knees. You're going to tip back slowly to a 45-degree angle in your back. Then we're going to take our toes off the floor. Touch your big toes together. So you can keep your hands supporting the back of the knees, or you can take them off. Hold it there. Find the balance. This is a really good core move, guys. So big toes are touching, and you've got about a fist distance between your knees. Okay, we're going to hold it here. If you can, we're going to stretch back. So we're going to lay down and extend our legs. A couple of inches off the floor. Then we're going to pull it back to boat. Find the balance, really strong core move. You might need to keep your hands on the back of your thighs. If that's where you are, you can stay here. We're going to do one more. We're going to take it down, lower all the way down to the floor. And pick it back up. Release your legs down to the floor, sit back up. Really good work, guys. Really strong core move. We're just going to relax our knees down to the side. We're looking for a diamond shape here, so it doesn't need to be really close. It's not butterfly, it's diamond, okay? So again, release the muscles underneath your sit bones. We're going to sit up tall, take a deep breath in, arms come up. And we're going to drop down over our feet. So just try and get your chest as far as you can to the floor. Take your forearms and rest them on your shins and take a hold of the feet. On the out breath, I'd like you to apply a little bit of light pressure to get a bit further down to the floor. Little bit of pressure, guys. Rest your forearms on your shins. This is why we're in a diamond. You should be able to get a bit further. Should feel a bit more comfortable than a butterfly pose. Nice deep breath in, deep breath out. On the next in-breath, we're going to sit up straight. Release the legs, flatten them out in front of you. And we're going to come down to our final resting pose. So take a nice lie down on the floor. So tuck your shoulder blades as if they're in pockets. Release your toes out to the sides. Find a comfortable position with your lower back, palms facing upwards, and relax in your final resting pose. You might like to close your eyes here. And we're just going to relax down into the floor, letting the ligaments that we've just been stretching and the tendons cool down and relax. Cool down in a good position. Because it's not just a lie down on the floor. We're being sensible to avoid injury because everything's all nice and warm and loosened up. And if you got straight up off the floor, there is the possibility that when it's all nice and loose, you might have an injury, you might hurt yourself. So this is what it's there for. It's not just a nice lie down. We need to wait for everything to cool down. Just relax into the floor. Send your awareness down with the breath through your abdomen. Send it down through the legs all the way the length of the body. So breathing in at the top, send the breath all the way down. Nice deep breath in. Feel the earth support you. Feel the contact points with the floor at your heels, at your calves, at your hips, the backs of the hands, the elbows, the shoulders and your head. If you open the window at the beginning, you might be able to hear the rain outside, bringing with it freshness, fresh air. It's lovely to have sun, but it's also nice to have the cleansing of the rain. Wash everything away, start again. Have an awareness of the breath and its natural rhythm. And when you're ready, bring an awareness back to your toes, back to your physical body here on the mat. Give your toes a wiggle, give your fingers a wiggle. Coming back to the body. And in your own time, come back to a comfortable seated position. Adjust the crossing of your legs because you probably always go and do it the same way. Release the muscles from beneath the sit bones. We're going to take a big, deep breath in. When you're ready, big, deep breath in, arms come out to the side. We're going to collect all the energy and intention from our practice this morning. We're going to bring it down through heart center. Thank you very much for practicing with me today, this morning, guys. We've done a little bit of breath work. If you would like to try it, the shower is a really good place for it, actually. But just take 5 minutes, close one nostril, close the other, and just even up the hemispheres of the brain, like I said. And you can also, next time you're brushing your teeth and you go to pick the brush up with your right hand, brush it with your left. Tip of the day. Thank you very much for joining me, everyone. It's been lovely. I will see you all again in boot camp a little bit later on. Hopefully now you're all nice and stretchy and all relaxed. And as always, if you've got any comments, let me know and I'll try and answer any questions I have. But definitely brush your teeth with your left hand. Life changing.
Thank you. Thanks,
Thank
Cath.
you.
See you all later.
Bye.
Bye.